Yeah, but it just seems like I think we would have came out in a, more of a secluded area. So I guess if I'll ping, but like if we moved like back here on the, because I'm assuming this is the end of the map. If we like got up here on the line, does that affect the game at all?
No, you can
Or is
bet.
that,
If you back up from where you came from and then just came from a different angle, that's fine.
yeah, because like I wouldn't have walked on a rock. I would have been in the woods, you know? Ah, jump. There we go. Did you just move all of us at once?
Yeah, you can move that way by doing the faction from the combat tracker.
Oh, nice.
That's cool. Okay, so how did you guys want to go about this? Like, I guess the only people who have good stealth was Neg, me, and Gunther, and
Well,
then
if you guys stealth, right? And you remain hidden. I was thinking I could use one of the amulets and try and come up as a potential recruit. The other thing I wanted to mention was I have this ability. I just posted it in the chat, and it says I can strong arm people. I can intimidate the will of up to 5 targets. So, yeah, I figured that might be beneficial in this scenario. I can go in, I can show an amulet, I can try to intimidate my way, say, "Hey, I want to see your leader," or "I want to, I want to do this, that, whatever you think's a good plan." But I just figured if we do something like that, I can get them to at least see me, and we can go from there. And they're not spotting everyone else.
okay, that works. Just cool question: who did you want the stealth? Because if the only people who are good at stealth is Gunter and I, but if we go ahead and something goes wrong, that would be like the front line all the way up ahead, and you guys kind of alone the squishy people.
Well, where are you trying to stealth?
Well, I figured maybe we'd probably go for this guy on the tower. Like where's the ping button? Like the nearest guy on the tower, while you just while you kind of pull the guy on the stump towards you.
You're talking about right here. Like on that side of
Yeah, either him or the other tower guy. Just either of the two tower people, really.
Well, I can just go out and get all eyes on me. You know what I mean? And then you said stealth wise, it's you, Gunther, and who?
And Neg, but Neg's not here right now.
So yeah. So it would just be us. So my recommendation: you and Gunther move together, or just one of you move. I would say maybe just one of you, unless you think you would need two to kill someone without them. How does that work? Surprise. Do you get a surprise round, John?
You do not. You do not get a surprise round. However, the way surprise works in Pathfinder is that when you ambush an enemy that's unaware, they're not going to have their weapons drawn. They might be sitting down. They might be lying down. So on the first round, they're going to have to waste actions to get up, pick up their weapons, etc. And another thing is that if you roll stealth and you beat them in initiative, they're they're off guard to you because you stealth them. So those are the benefits of ambushing enemies, and they can make a huge difference. If you, for instance, when you guys are sleeping in camp and those bandits ambush you, you had to waste several actions to get up, get your weapon. You don't even have your armor on. So those are the circumstance creates the surprise. But these guys are, there's at least two of them who are on alert. You can see that there's two towers, and you can see that there's two of these enemies that are just patrolling the towers. They're keeping an eye out. From where you are, they're not going to see you because you're in the bushes. But if you were to move any closer, you're going to get spotted, you think.
Yeah.
Unless you're stealthing and you beat them in your stealth.
So what's stopping our two stealthy people going over and attacking the person? Like, even if they beat them in initiative, isn't talking a free action, right? Can't they just yell help, and then that just kind of ruins the whole plan?
Well, there's two people who are on watch. So if they see you, they're going to obviously ring the alarm.
No, I'm saying if they sneak over to one of the guys in the towers, right?
Yeah.
Um, if they do that and take them out, or at least try to take them out, they
Well,
hit.
that's why there's two towers. The other guy might see you.
No, but
If two people
hit
go
the tower.
together and take both of them at the same time, that would be that'd be very nice coordinated takedown. Yeah, but that'd be kind of hard to pull off. You guys, none of you are really. You got some of you have stealth, but none of you are that great in stealth.
What does the tower look like?
It is. I can describe it to you. They do have a box description here. So it's a wooden platform 20 feet off the ground that gives a great panoramic view of the campsite and surrounding land. However, since you guys are in the bushes, they can't really see you. And if you were in that center island area, they wouldn't. The trees are too high and it's obscuring it.
Okay. So do they have like a bell?
There's a rope ladder that allows access up to the tower,
Okay.
and
And is there?
there's no bell on the tower, but it's within yelling distance.
Okay, of the camp.
Yeah, so they can yell out an alarm, but obviously if you kill them before they even get a turn, they're not going to be able to do that.
So they can't say or do something when it's not their turn. Rather, they can't yell.
That's I think up to the GM. I think, but if you guys were
Okay.
able to successfully stealth up to them where they don't see you, obviously, and you can kill them before they even get a turn, obviously that would make sense that they don't even get the chance to warn.
Sure. Sure. That makes sense.
Yeah, I think that would make a lot of sense. Like if you were, because in order to sneak up to this tower, you have to roll a lot of stealth checks. And it's not easy because you have to, what you have to do is not just roll stealth once, you roll stealth, and then every time you move, you roll another sneak. And all you got to do is fail it once on either of them, and they spot you. So unless you have something like invisibility or something really spectacular, or maybe if you can sneak around the other corner, maybe you can sneak on one guy. Unless you get really lucky, it's going to be tough to take them out without alerting anybody.
So here you need to sneak every 5 feet for every square.
In difficult terrain, it's real bad because you get because when you're sneaking, you're already moving as if it were difficult terrain. And if you're sneaking through difficult terrain, it's like greater difficult terrain. So that is 3 squares for 1 square movement. So you're sneaking like 10 feet in greater difficult terrain. In regular terrain, not difficult terrain, when you sneak, you can move half your speed. So the way stealth works is it's not like you roll once and you they don't see you. You roll once and you successfully hide. But in order to change your position and to reposition yourself, you have to roll again and you have to succeed in the sneak.
What's that skill where you roll something to ask a question, and if you roll high enough, you know?
Recall knowledge.
Recall knowledge. There's a sneak.
Can you recall knowledge right now?
Yeah.
Okay. What is the recall knowledge again?
What are you trying to recall knowledge on specifically?
Outside of game or in game, I'd want to recall how healthy they seem outside of game, like what their HP is, I guess.
Oh, okay. I'll take a thievery. I'll take a society. Anything that's humanoid, like people, society would always work. Thievery would work because these guys are bandits.
Would medicine work if he wants to know about the HP?
Yeah, I guess. I probably have to give you a higher DC for if you were to roll medicine. So right now you have a standard DC. If you want to make an argument, oh, I want to roll this, it does kind of make sense, but not really. What I do is I'll let you roll it, but the DC is a little bit higher.
Okay, perfect.
Does diplomacy make sense to you?
Not for recall. Diplomacy can't be used for recall knowledge.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, diplomacy is mostly used when you interact.
All right, let me do society.
Okay.
Ooh.
That's a regular success. So these grunt guys that are just kind of standing there, you kind of estimate that their HP is in the single digits. A really good hit can just one shot one of them.
Okay, so if that's the case, if I casted Force Barrage, okay?
Yeah, you have a good chance of just killing it. But obviously, if you kill one of these guys, the camp's gonna be on alert.
Well, how would they know if you snuck and killed them versus me doing this and killing them?
They're gonna be on alert. They'll be looking for you. They may or may not know where you are. It depends on how good their perception is.
No. What I'm saying is if they snuck up, climbed up the tower, and killed the dude, and I just went and climbed up a tree and shot the Force Barrage.
Okay.
That way it's hidden, so theoretically they don't see me, they don't see it coming.
Well, so right now your degree of stealth is unnoticed. They don't even know you're there. They're just going about their business. But the minute you do something happens, something's hostile, your degree of stealth goes down a notch from unnoticed to undetected. That means that they know you're in the area. They don't know exactly where they are. So what they're going to do is they're going to use perception checks to see if they can spot you in the trees. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but why would they be looking in the first place?
Because somebody just killed somebody.
Yeah, but if you had the gun, where I'm going with this is, what's the point of us sneaking up and killing the dudes in the tower simultaneously so they don't alert the camp? If I kill this guy, what's alerting the camp? He should just drop down.
The other guy will probably see you, because you can see those two guys see each other. This is why they set up two watches.
Also, spells probably aren't exactly quiet.
Yeah.
So
if you cast a spell that kind of there's probably a verbal component to the spell, and when the spell hits him, there's going to be magical sparkles, and he's going to scream out, dying. So there might be a couple of things that alert people.
Okay. So why don't we do this? Do you think you and Scarlet could ranged attack the two guys on the towers? Like, do a coordinating attack where both of you guys do the spells at the same time, possibly kill them, while Gunter and I sneak up on the guy in the stump.
I don't see why not.
Yeah.
What do you have to kill someone though, Scarlet?
I mean, I have magic.
Oh, well, yeah, but I said Force Barrage because if I use the scroll, it is basically 3d4 plus 3 damage. Now, if I was a betting man, I'd say that, that's my entire turn because, it's going, that's why it's all that. I think I'd be able to kill him with that. But
what's the range on it? Because the guy off the far end guy is pretty far.
120 feet.
Okay, so with the Force Barrage, I'd say you go for the far end guy, and maybe Scarlet someone if she can.
Yeah, I could move over on the other side of you, and I should be able to hit him.
All right, sounds like a plan. So you can if you try to reposition, assuming you go backwards into the woods and then come back out, you can reposition yourself.
So yeah, I'd walk back, and then let's see
if you went backwards and then crossed the river elsewhere, cross the stream elsewhere, and then came on the other side or something like that, you can do that.
Well, I meant I'd walk behind Talos and then step in front of him behind Lindsay.
Yeah, as long as you're in these bushes, it doesn't seem like anybody's being alerted right now.
Yeah, so I would move there. I want to see if that would give me the reach.
Token locks off. You can move.
Oh, thanks.
Hello?
That would be 120. Oh, I'm not in the square. There, 120. Yeah, so I'd be in range to hit him.
Guys, I'm going to log in and log off of Fantasygram because my computer did some little glitch and suddenly everything went off.
What the?
Yeah. So you were talking to me, I couldn't hear you because exactly the same time, my computer did the little glitch.
So I'm gonna use my. Wait, no. I should still have my spell on, right?
Which
I
spell?
missed it. Yeah. So I used the Mystic Armor scroll, and then I realized I didn't have to use a spell slot for that. So that's on, and then that way I'm saving my actual spell slot. But yeah, so I am good to go when you guys are good to go.
We should probably wait for Scarlet since she's doing one of the ranged attacks.
I know. I'm just saying I'm good. What is this? Why am I?
So what you're planning on doing is trying to take out both these guys on the lookout towers, correct?
And the guy stump.
Yeah, so both the guys at the towers, one spell each, and then Gunter and I sneak up to the guy on the stump on the ground.
Well, here's a question for you. John said that if we knock the two guys out of the tower, not out of the tower, we don't want to do that, but if we kill the two dudes in the tower, we probably could get a closer view, because I don't know if there's other people hiding out here going up to the, you might go up to the stump and then, I'm going to ping the map here, but like as soon as you get, what is going on? Why is this not letting me ping? Okay, yeah. As soon as you guys get in here, maybe there's someone that you step on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the reason I said that is just because I feel like John said earlier, magic it's very visible and there's going to be a noise. So like when he casts spells, the guy on the stump is probably going to notice that we're here.
Yeah, if you kill these two with spells, even if you just successfully take them both out in one shot, they're going to realize that.
So what about an arrow? Because the way I'm reading Force Barrage is that it's a shard of solidified magic.
It's magic missile.
Yeah,
that's
but
what
it's still a shard. It's a shard of magic. So it's basically, I'm thinking like a shard of glass, but magic. You know what I mean?
Well, what I can do is that you can roll stealth for initiative. In this case, if you beat them with your stealth for initiative, first of all, they are off guard to you, so you're going to get even a better. Well, with Force Barrage doesn't matter, but with a different spell, it'll make a difference because if they're off guard to you, you get a +2 to your hit. If you beat them in stealth, then they're not even going to be aware when you make your first attack. But if they beat you in initiative with their perception, then they might get a chance to call you out before you kill them.
Now, what if if I walked out right in the open, can I delay in an action? Or like a held, like, hey, like in 5e, I could walk out and be like, hey, John, I'm going to walk out. I'm going to talk to him. The first time someone pulls out a sword or says something, I'm going to make an attack. And you know what I mean? So
the way that works is if you walk out and you're talking to them and you're not in initiative yet, you can't delay an action saying when initiative begins, I do this, because you still have to roll initiative. Now, if
sure.
Yeah, so if you walk out You may or may not. You don't know how they're going to react to you. Maybe they see you and they immediately attack, or maybe they see you and you're able to talk to them, try to BS your way through the situation, all that. So you won't know unless you try to walk out.
Well, what do you guys think? Do you want to do surprise, or do you want to walk out and try and talk to him?
Well, I feel like walking out and talking to them really does anything if some of us are sneaking, because you go out and talk to them and like, well, I'm just not sure what that leads to, other than sneaking.
We're going to end up fighting more than just these 2 or 3. So I would take the surprise and get as much of a jump as we can on them.
Okay, I'm sold.
All right, sounds like a plan. So I heard. So what you guys want to do is fire spells and ranged attacks at these 2 people on the towers. You want to do that outright. So what I need you to do is when you you're gonna have to start initiative, but what you get to do is roll stealth for initiative. Well, you have
Could
to.
Gunther and I tried stealthing over toward the guy on the stump before they fired the spells? Like we roll initiative for it?
You can try stealthing over without rolling initiative. If you want to roll a stealth, what you do is you right now you guys are already hidden, so you don't need to roll a stealth to hide, but you do need to roll a stealth to sneak. So if you want to get over to the stump or something like that, you got to roll a stealth and try to sneak, and that's against the perception of these 2 guys on the tower. And you know that because they're on a tower, they're going to get a little bit of a bonus to their perception because they can see panoramically. And also whoever's around and not noticing.
Okay, next question. Would we still need to roll those stealth checks? Let's say we move to this area.
Where? Yeah. If you go anywhere out of the bushes you're in, you're going to be risking getting noticed.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to be sure.
Yeah, I just put your tokens the closest you can possibly get without being noticed.
All right, I'm gonna roll stealth.
What are you moving?
No, I'm as initiative.
Oh, as initiative. Hold on. Let me put you in initiative then, because it's a little bit messy right now because I got a lot of stuff in the combat tracker. Okay, so you're there for initiative. Let me put this guy into initiative. Bandit number 1. His initiative is 9. You beat him. And bandit number, the repugnant laughter, his initiative is 17. You beat him too. And that bandit who's sitting down, bandit number 2, his initiative is 9. You beat everybody in initiative, so you are stealthed. Even so, technically you're in combat. You're stealth, and you're completely unnoticed. Not unnoticed. You're unnoticed to everybody right now. It's as if you're not even there. Now, the minute you do something, that might change.
Yeah.
So you want to do this together with Scarlet?
Yes.
Okay, so she's got to roll initiative 2. A stealth for initiative, if she wants to remain undetected.
Hey, John, quick question. Is this whole area difficult terrain, or is it just like the water area?
The water is difficult terrain, and the trees are difficult terrain. Like
Okay,
where you guys are right now is difficult terrain.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so question. For me to move, I need to throw stealth.
Right now you don't, because anywhere you move inside these bushes is okay. The minute you leave the bushes, you do.
Okay, so I just want to move. Here, 60?
Yeah,
that's
fine.
That's the most longest spell that I have, 60 feet.
Okay, is it too late to try stealthing moving stealth, or since they rolled the initiative stealth?
I haven't rolled the initiative yet.
It's not too late. They haven't. Combat hasn't begun yet. We're just putting each other in initiative tracker.
All right, good. I just want to try moving downward stealthily, so I'll be able to move 3 squares.
So you
Yeah,
have
then I'm about to roll
to.
my
So
stealth check.
you got to roll a stealth for that. And you got to beat a lot of perceptions. Now this is different. This is not their. Ooh.
Let society.
I'm afraid you got detected, Talos.
That was-
Ooh, could I use my hero point?
Yeah, you can re-roll that with a hero point, sure. 16 is much better. Let me see their perception DC. Now you're not rolling against their initiative roll. You're because this is out of combat. You roll against their perception DC, which is 12. So you beat them. So you're okay.
Oh,
You're okay. You're okay where you are. Scarlet, you roll a 16. Okay, let me see. There is one bandit. So, Scarlet, if that bandit beats you in perception, so when you attack that bandit, you're gonna be detected.
Okay, that's when I attack him with the medic, right?
Yeah, because he technically beat you in initiative.
Which one do I see? The one that knows
The one
that I'm
the
there?
one you're pointing at is the one who beat you in initiative.
He will still know when I try to kill him.
No, if you what I was saying is if you successfully kill him with your turn, then he won't even be able to raise an alarm because that's what you guys
Okay,
were
perfect.
looking for, right? So, Aramin, I want you to fire your magic missile at that guy all the way on the other side of the map. See if you can kill him.
well, here's a question: do you have anything you can use to kill him, Scarlet? Like a good spell for it or something?
I mean, I have frostbite because the other two things that I have is healing spell.
Can she cast? Do you have arcane or occult? Or no?
No,
Okay, never mind.
She's got primal, so you might.
yeah, that's primal.
Yeah. All right. I will attack this fella.
All right, see if you can take him out without him even noticing. Yep, he's dead. Okay, Scarlet.
Okay.
Well, Talos, do you want to take your turn? You're next
Could I
up on.
delay it till?
Yes, you
Could I
can.
delay it till after Scarlet?
Yes, you can. That is the action of the day. So if you delay your turn, I'll just pass by your turn, and then you tell me when you want to jump back in.
All right, sounds great to me. I'll go ahead and do that.
This bandit does not get a turn because this bandit's not in initiative yet.
John?
Araman just went. Now it is Scarlet's turn.
John?
Yeah.
Okay.
I only did 2 of the actions. Can I do a recall knowledge?
Oh, you only did two missiles. Sure, you can use your third action, but you got to do it during your turn. But you go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. I don't know if you heard me. I was calling you for like a little bit. Let's see.
14 is a failure for the recall knowledge.
Okay.
Scarlet, your turn.
Okay, I'm going to try to do the frostbite.
He is flat-footed to you. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. He's not flat-footed to you because she beat you in initiative. 23 is a regular hit. You're short of a crit. If you crit him, you would have killed him.
Oh, well, I'm going to try an attack. Damage.
Oh, not quite. Unfortunately, they're on alert now. So everybody else is in initiative?
So, if you attacked him and you didn't kill him, but then it wasn't an enemy's turn, are they still on alert?
What do you mean? So if you well, it depends on. This is why we rolled those initiatives. So if you beat him in initiative, You rolled stealth for initiative, so that's how I'm ruling
Yeah.
it.
So if I delayed my action till after Scarlet,
Yeah,
right?
you would
Hey,
still be stealth against him.
yeah. But if I delayed my action till after Scarlet, she did that. She wounded him. I used one of my 3 force barrages to kill him, and then the other 2 on the other
Yeah,
died.
that would have
Well,
worked, but you can't retcon it like that. You can't
yeah. Well,
retcon it like that way.
no,
Yeah.
I know, but
Yeah, that would have
yeah.
worked. That would have worked. Unfortunately, the jig is
Now we
up.
know.
The jig is up. Let me know when you want to jump back in, Talos. Gunthar, you're up. And Talos, take an extra hero point. I think combat's begun because there's some killing involved.
Okay, I'll jump in after Gunter.
I am targeting Human Bandit 2 with a composite bow.
Actually, Gunter, before you do that, do you could get the guy on the tower? Because I don't have any ranged.
He's out of my range.
Okay, never mind.
Wow. Roll, but it didn't. Nice. Error screen. I got booted.
Oh, you got disconnected.
Yep, I'm trying to jump back in.
Hey, John, if you want, I can take my turn while I connect in.
Sure, you want to take your turn?
Yeah, I'm gonna run to the guy.
Hold on a
rage.
second. I gotta change your initiative to 11. There we go. Now it's your turn. Gunthar is going to actually no. I'm changing your initiative to before Scarlet, so 13. So Gunthar goes afterwards. Go ahead.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna rage, and I'm gonna sudden charge the guy on the stump.
Okay. Okay, so as you position yourself there, a whole bunch of other enemies become visible.
I'm still hidden from everyone.
Okay.
You're sudden charging up to the stump, right? Go ahead.
Yeah. And I'm gonna go for a Jaws attack.
That's a
Oh,
critical hit.
Excellent.
Okay, and I'm gonna use my last action just to move.
Gunthar's still not connected. I will hold off on him for now. I'll have.
I'm in.
Oh, you're in? Okay, take your turn.
I gotta retarget that guy.
That guy's dead.
Yep.
There's
Oh,
but
so
there's
I
a
need
whole
new target.
a bunch of other guys got up.
All right. Now targeting Sun-Kissed Spadebeard.
You watch. You see this guy. He has a magnificent beard. You've never seen the beard so nicely. You wonder how he maintains such a nice. Oh, that is
Oh my god.
that is epically a miss.
Wow, that roll wasn't that bad before. We'll try another one.
Okay, with multi attack. You managed to hit with a multi attack.
Man, tonight's not my night. Oh boy.
You still have one more action. You can remember you have your bow out, so you don't have
right.
your sword out. You can use one action to swap the bow for the sword. They included that in the remaster, which makes life so much easier. You don't have to use two actions to put the bow away and take the sword out. You can just do a swap.
Yep, that's what I'm doing.
Okay. That's your three actions. Lindsay's up. Lindsay is going to roll her. Where is Lindsay? I'm going to roll her lingering composition. See how many rounds she can give you. Unfortunately, I think 13 is a total failure. So she's only got one round of a bard song for you guys right now. And then for her third action, she's going to try to fire a short bow. But I think she's going to have to do long range because, yeah, to try to hit that guy, she's going to be long range. 70. Oh, that's too much. Okay, I'll try it. It's going to be a -3 short bow attack. Nope.
Well, I hope these human bandits don't have the criticals that you had last time.
Yeah, they just got lucky last time. Okay, this bandit over here was on patrol, but now realizes combat is out. He comes out. He sees that there's people coming out of the bushes. He screams, "Cressel! They're on us!" And he runs up. He's going to attack Talos with his dagger. That's gonna hit. That's his first action, second action. His third action, he's going to take one step over here. This bandit over here was not prepared. He was sitting down on a tree stump. So what he's got to do is he's got to use one action to grab his weapon. He's got to use the second action to get up, and then the third action, he's going to come out. So you can see how these the surprise round is giving you a big advantage. These bandits are wasting actions doing stuff. This bandit was on patrol, and he is prepared to fight. So he's going to step out. He's going to attack Talos with his dagger. Ooh, he misses. He's going to go for a second attack with the dagger. Second miss. We're on the top of initiative, and you see this lady shows up. Clearly, she seems to be the head of the whole thing. Mean-looking lady with twin hatchets, and these hatchets they're always on top, stowed on her. However, she was sitting down and eating before you guys disturbed her, and she has to use an entire action to stand up. She kind of eyes everybody in the corner, and she unsheaths her hatchets. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. She's going to get over here. So the fact that you guys ambushed these bandits and had them waste an entire round of actions, gave you a massive advantage. Aramin, you're back up. So this is how surprise works in this game. Instead of having a whole round, you guys just waste their actions for a whole round, where they, They have,
So, if,
yeah.
sorry. So if I wanted to move 5 feet forward, do I have to roll stealth again?
Are you trying to hide from these guys again?
Well, right now I'm still hidden. Am I not?
Oh, actually, you were hidden from the guy you killed. Yeah, you're still hidden. I think you're still hidden. You succeed on his stealth, and you killed that guy without by beating him in stealth. If you want to sneak, yeah, you have to roll another stealth. But that's against everybody.
Ah, okay. And they're actively,
Yeah.
yeah. All right, but I can.
And remember, this is difficult. The bushes are difficult terrain, so if you move within the bushes, you're going to be. It's going to be an extra square for each square you use.
All right, if I moved, why do I get errors on every fucking thing? If I'm
Console skip it, man. If you move there, that's going to cost you 20 feet.
yeah. But am I within range? Okay, can I move one over?
You have a 25-foot speed, so if you don't have enough speed to move one more.
No. So I was here.
Yeah.
So if I was here or right there, Jesus Christ! Every time I move my character, it's an error log up.
No, you were here.
Yeah. So if I moved here one, what is this? Handle error.
If
Jesus.
you console skip it, man. So if you move here one, that costs you 10 feet. If you move there, it's going to cost you 20 feet.
Yeah. How do I console skip?
It's in the Discord, the general chat. Scarlet posted it.
Here, type
Console.
that in without the quotations. Type it in the chat.
Thank you, because that was just wild. Okay.
That's a recent Fantasy Grounds feature. In the past, you just got to deal with those errors.
Yeah. So I'm gonna cast fear on her and hope for the best.
Fear on who? Those are you casting it on two things?
I shouldn't be. I'm just targeting the female bandit.
You have two things targeted. Okay, so I'm only gonna go against the female bandit. Okay. The female bandit. Unfortunately, this is the issue. The female bandit is level 2, so it's not 2 levels higher than your level. So you're okay. She rolled a regular success.
He's fear 1.
Hold on, let me make sure we untarget that other guy.
Yeah.
And then retarget the female bandit, and then you can just apply the fear 1. Fear 1's going to help you out a lot because she's strong. Okay, you got her. She's frightened 1. So just so I should review this.
Because I don't even know what it does, John. But
everybody, you have to go to conditions. No, this is important because frightened is actually something that comes up a lot. So
that's why I did it.
So we go to the conditions list. All right. And scroll down to frightened. It's something very, very common, especially demoralized does the same thing. So when you're frightened, you get a -1 to pretty much everything. Now, the way frightened works is that at the end of each of your turns, that -1 goes down by 1. So at the end of that female bandit's turn, that frightened's going to turn into nothing.
Yes.
All right, so we got this guy all the way over here on a tower, but he's got a very, very good vantage point, able to snipe anybody from up there. He's going to try to take a shot at Scarlet because she's the one who shot at him. However, you have cover because you're in the bushes. He rolls a nat 1.
Oh, I almost saw the 20.
He's going to take a multi-attack shot at you. Oh, well, I guess he's going to go for Hail Mary. Because he's on a tower and that's all he can do. All right, Scarlet, you're up.
Okay. I am going to click this to you guys right here. Wait, okay, perfect. And I'm going to use Electric Arch on them.
We have one failure and one success.
And then if I do the attack, will they automatically do the half damage?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, for future notice, if now's the time to also hit the chick because she's got a -1 to stuff for save DCs.
You kill them both with your electric arc. That's only one action. You have a second action. I mean, you have a third action.
Yeah.
That's only 2.
Um.
I'm just decluttering the combat tracker. Too many freaking things on it. Yeah, you guys are doing very well. That stealth approach that you came up with worked wonders. Because this would have been a much tougher encounter if you had done other things.
Let me see. Okay, I want to do a knowledge check on her.
Sure, go ahead.
I want to know.
I will
her...
accept. I will accept society. I will accept thievery. Let me see. What else can I accept on? Oh, she's the same.
Then, I want to know then, her armor class. Can I do that?
Sure.
Can I throw warfare with that?
Now she is a higher level, so it's going to be harder to succeed on recall knowledge on her. Yes, you can use warfare as well. I'll accept that.
Okay, I'm going to try then.
A 7 is a failure.
Yeah.
No, that's a good thought. It's a very good thought. Talos, you're up.
Okay, cool. Just quick question.
The best way to find out her armor class is to attack her, right?
Quick question. Are we trying to interrogate like the leader-looking lady with the 2 hatchets, or are we just trying to kill them all?
You tell me.
Yeah, we should keep her alive.
Yeah, her we want alive.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna go for a sudden charge.
She's got a -1. Remember that.
It's automatically in there.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying there's incentive.
You're lucky she doesn't have opportunity attack.
Very. So I'm gonna go for a non-lethal kit. So that's just a -2 circumstance, right?
Yes, it is a -2, but the attack that you do has to be the one that knocks out her HP to 0 in order to succeed on that. So if you think that your first attack is going to knock her HP to 0, yes, you could try the non-lethal.
In case I get a real lucky crit.
Oh my god.
Oh, you got a real lucky crit. Look at that. And you know what? That's exactly what you needed with the frightened to get the crit, because if she wasn't frightened, that would not be a crit. You see how
so lucky.
Yeah, how you got that cooperation going? Ooh, that's a lot of damage. Not enough to take her out though.
Okay, I'm gonna go for an agile attack, non-lethal 2.
Okay. Also, got to be -2.
Gotcha.
It's also got to be multi-attack penalty. Do you have that in there?
Yes, I did. So it should have been a +1 to hit.
A +1 to hit would have missed. Oh, wait, so no. A +1 to hit, you said?
Yeah, because it was agile.
Okay, +1 to hit on a natural 17 would have been a regular hit.
Okay, cool. So did that hit? 'Cause I don't
You
know why I
did.
didn't roll multi-attack.
You have to click the multi-attack thingy.
Ah, must have misclicked. My bad.
Oh, let's see. Yes, that was enough. Okay, you got her. There's only one guy left, and he's not looking like he wants to keep fighting. He's gonna run. Gunthar, you're up.
Get him.
You got her non-lethally, so she's still alive.
Nice.
So the only way I'm going to get this guy is to swap back to my bow and fire at him. So that's what I'll do. I will use my first.
If you do two movements, you can probably run up to him.
I'm still a difficult terrain though.
No, the minute you walk out of the woods, you're fine.
Yeah.
If you start in difficult terrain, but you walk out, it's normal distance. But when you walk into difficult terrain or you walk around in difficult terrain, that's what counts. All you really got to do is just get up to him. Well, you're walking through the tree stump, but that's fine. You can walk around it. So just the fact that you're next to him means he'll probably die, because when he tries to leave, you might... But these guys know how to step, so you got to watch out. That's a hit. He's not targeted, but that's a critical hit. That would kill him because he's not targeted, so that would have been a critical hit. So whatever damage you did would have been doubled, and he would have been dead.
Was that bandit number 4?
Yeah, bandit number 4. So I'm going to just have him die. And Lindsay's up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is the range of her ink shot? Let me see. Problem is, I don't think she has enough range to throw anything besides doing a very long... Yeah, it's also 30 feet. So she can't really reach... And she's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So she can take a regular bow shot at that guy, at the last guy in the tower. Oh, there we go. Lindsay will finish up this battle for you. There you go. Your battle's over. That was so painless.
We got lucky.
Yeah. Well, you had good strategy. You really had good strategy. Sneaking up on these bandits was definitely the right thing to do. The female bandit didn't. Only Talos didn't even take any damage. So the female bandit didn't even get an opportunity to hit you. So she's at this point she's knocked out, disarmed.
All right, we run up and tie her.
Now she's tied up.
Yep, take the axes away. I'm gonna search her, make sure there's no knives or anything like that.
While he does that, Scarlet's going to go around and get everybody else's equipment.
Hold on, you guys have enough XP to level up.
Oh.
That was a severe encounter.
Oh.
Oh, severe.
Well, you guys made it not severe by using good strategy. And
Well, we need more characters. Or counters. Ooh, what is next?
Let me see if they give you a loot thing. So I can I gotta make a loot parcel. There's a lot of loot here because all the bandits drop a bunch of loot. So I gotta
Do you want us to take a break right now, since it's
yeah,
late, or do you want
I
us
think
to
it'd be a great
level
time to
up?
take a break so we can come back and then we can do a level up and everything else.
Okay, perfect.
So you guys take a look around this camp now that you've defeated all the bandits that are currently here. And you find a little stash underneath one of the towers to the south. And that's the bandits' hall. So inside the stash, there's a whole bunch of coins, 9 gold pieces, 121 silver pieces. And there's a whole bunch of furs and pelts that the bandits must have lifted off of some traders. You also find a magical stone, unidentified. You find a music box that's worth some gold, and you find some silver earrings that are worth some gold. No wedding ring.
Damn.
Not even on her.
No.
That answered my question.
You've killed all the bandits. None of them have a wedding ring on their possession.
Oh darn. Can I try perception check just in case?
Sure. You don't find any wedding rings. You notice that the logs provide some good cover, but it's too late. It doesn't matter now. So there's no more combat. Inside that old broken down wagon, all the way to the left side of the map, it looks like it's a setup to trick travelers. It looks like it's a broken down wagon, and when travelers come, the bandits will jump out from the bushes. You find a spike trap inside the on the ground over there. It hasn't been set up yet, so it doesn't go off, and that's part of the loot.
Oh, nice. It's just open field, right? There's no protection apart from those pillars. Just bandit camp.
Yeah, it's just the bandits. This is a very makeshift camp. It seems like they just had opened up a clearing where they're kind of cooking and living and have their bedrolls. The 2 towers are just for lookouts. So there's no structure here besides those 2 towers that are makeshift towers made out of pieces of logs.
Okay. So, guys, what do you guys want to do? Return back and interrogate her, or interrogate her here?
No, why would we? Why would we leave?
Well, just in case you don't want to be on an open field.
I mean, I think we're pretty covered here. Yeah.
I mean, we can always
Let's see.
jog through the bushes.
He did say that this was all the bandits that are currently here, which implies that there are more that could come back.
Yeah, there was a few on patrol, so others might patrol this way.
There was potentially a few on patrol. We killed some people. Animals could, whatever, kill people. I mean, why don't we just have someone stand in the tower and stay guard?
Okay, I can do that. And I'll leave with you guys my familiar. So that way, if I know something, that it will know by emotion.
Ah. And let us know.
Yeah, it will make something get your attention.
All right, I filled out your the party inventory with the parcel. So you gotta watch out. Those crates and furs, they are 6 bulk total. If you want to carry those, or maybe you want to leave them, you can.
Can the horses take it?
I don't remember. You have to put it
Let
into
me
your
check.
character's inventories and because the horses carry weight is their strength plus 5 before they get slowed down.
So why don't we?
So it's each horse can carry a total of 9 bulk.
So we could split it up.
You also have 6 sets of leather armor, which is L, not bulk. You have a set of studded leather armor, which is L. That's what the lady was wearing.
I mean, we can do is take the cart that is right here. We can put all that stuff there, and I just add my horse into this. When we go back, can we do that?
The wagon is broken down, not functioning.
Ah. If Nick were here, he will say, we can make a raft.
Can you?
You can make a raft. It doesn't go very fast.
Can you repair the cart?
It'll take you some time. It'll take you a whole day.
Well, I mean, we got here.
Yeah,
well.
what you got to do is you got to gather, supplies and gather all the wood left over from the towers. You can break it down and try to repair the broken pieces of the cart. It'll require a couple of crafting checks and about a day of work.
Does anybody have crafting? I don't think we have crafting.
So I thought someone did.
I'm gonna get crafting at level 2.
You are level 2.
We need a rest first.
Yeah.
Can we do a short rest and level up then?
There are stats for a wagon. The wagon needs 2 large creatures to pull it. 2 horses.
2 horses.
But you can sit people on the wagon.
I think that'd be the way to go.
Yeah, I think so too.
There you go. All right, so you got a plan for that. What do you want to do next? Do you want to take a rest and level up, or do you want to interrogate this woman?
How long's the rest?
He said it was asleep, so I would assume a long rest.
I mean,
Yeah.
if we
You
if
have
we
to do
sleep-
an overnight rest to level up. It doesn't make sense to level up in the middle of a.
if we
Also,
do sleep, we'll get better. We get better dice, maybe.
I don't think so. Not at level 2.
I mean, the skill level up, right?
Yeah, so we'll get a +1. The only thing is we will have to roll for an encounter probably. And if that happens, we will have to protect her. Like 100%.
Yeah, I agree. I'm good with what our skills are now.
Okay, then let's interrogate her. Well, I'll be on the tower watching out for people.
So this woman is passed out, taken out non-lethally, tied up now, unable to move, and you kind of kick her awake. She looks at you and she just spits out some blood on the floor. It just gives you an angry look.
I kick her.
She seems accustomed to pain.
I bring her flowers and say, there. How are you? Are you feeling better?
She tells you to take those flowers and shove them somewhere where the sun don't shine.
Where's the Stag Lord?
Says, what's it to you?
My business is with him. I have business with him. I intend to conclude it.
Well, if you have a death wish, I'll show you where he is.
How about you tell me?
She says he's in Tuskwater in a fortress.
Tuskwater, you say? And what? And why do you follow him?
He says because he's the strongest.
So if he wasn't the strongest, would you follow someone else?
Well, it depends on what they're about. He's like, if they're about getting rich and killing everything in their way, yeah, sure.
What about?
If you look at your world map, I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna put an X where she points out Stag Lord's fortress.
Nice.
So if you show her the map, she does point out where her boss is located. She doesn't have problem telling you there.
What makes your boss, the Stag Lord, so strong?
Because he feels no pain. Because he has no fear. Because he'll kill anything that gets in his way. He has no conscience.
Well, what are you really doing out here? Is it just banditry, or you guys up to something else?
What do you think we're doing here? We're making our own nation. A nation where the strong rule and the weak die.
And have you seen his face before?
I don't. Nobody's seen his face. He makes a point to kill anybody who ever looks upon his face.
So what? He has you stationed here. You're just supposed to do this, and then what? Report back.
He says, "Look, if you hadn't caught me unawares, this would have been turned around, and I'd be cutting off fingers by now. Because I think your interrogation skills are a bit lacking."
Oh, so you want to feel pain? Is that it?
He says, "Do your worst."
You hear that? I look at Talos and Gunthar. He wants us to do our worst. You hear that? She's practically begging for it.
I mean, if you want to stoop that low, we can.
He says, "Look, this is why the Stag Lord rules, and everybody else who calls themselves civilized, they're just weaklings waiting to be plucked."
I think
because the Stag Lord will do what's necessary. He doesn't follow any stupid rules of society. Yeah, this lady's a bit unhinged. You notice.
So do you fear the Stag Lord?
Everybody fears the Stag Lord. He can hurt you in ways you wouldn't even believe.
So you're used to people fearing you, aren't you?
Yeah, but obviously I'm not strong enough to keep my spot, so it looks like I don't deserve that privilege anymore.
No, but I wonder if someone were to drag you in front of the Stag Lord in chains, you know, and they let it slip that you told us everything. Everything. I mean,
yeah, that would be an intimidation check. I will set a DC. Hold on. Go ahead. Intimidation. Because you're threatening to bring her to the wrath of the Stag Lord.
I'm going to use a hero point.
Okay.
Are you fucking kidding me? Well,
she says, "Listen, I'm as good as dead anyway, and if if the Stag Lord kills me, that'll be a privilege."
Well, I mean, the alternative is who's the blonde chick that we were with before, guys? Valerie.
Yeah.
And
Valerie, she's still here.
No,
Yeah.
she's back at the Oleg's right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
that's true.
She was a servant of who?
Shaylin.
Sheldon.
Yeah. So I look at Gunther and Talus and say, the alternative here is we just give her to Valerie. Maybe she can convert her to a servant of Shaylin. She's been doing that with the other guy. Imagine her doing this for years.
She laughs and says, "Oh, don't make me laugh."
No. I mean, I don't think it would work. I think it would just be worse than death. And I start laughing at her, saying, "Can you imagine just being in a room?"
She says, "How about She says, Cressel says, "How about I tell you what you want to know, and you just shut up and stop bothering me. Just let me die."
I say, fair enough. Who else is under the Stag Lord like you? Anyone else? Any of his lieutenants?
Stag Lord's got a lot of lieutenants. There are, I think there's like 6 lieutenants. It's like I don't even know all of them, but I know a couple of them. I can tell you.
What do you know?
I can tell you lieutenants' names because there's so many of them. Well, he's got a man named Akiros.
So you better be writing this down.
I'm writing it down, and if not, then I'll just see the video again, and I just sit down with ChatGPT and make friends.
All right, so you want to know about all of them? Because at some point I'm just gonna bleed out and die. So,
tell us the most important ones.
We didn't stab her. She ain't wounded.
Well, I thought I was Stag Lord's right-hand woman, but looks like I'm gonna get replaced real soon. There's a man named Iles, one of his lieutenants. That guy's a bastard. I'll spell him out.
Thank you. Yeah.
The guy doesn't talk much, but he's always plotting against you. But he's a man who just likes torture for torture's sake. Let's see. There's another guy named Kragor. There's a guy named Backhanded Jeb. There's a guy named Falgrim. A guy named Gorgon. Guy named Jex. Guy named Topper. I think that's all I can think of off the top of my head. He's got a whole bunch of lieutenants. Oh, and of course there's Akiros.
I'm just going to screenshot this.
I think Akiros is the one you're probably going to be most interested in. He used to be a guard of the Aldori house. He's always fighting with another guy named Ox. A dumb brute of a man. And I think that's it. I don't know. So many of them. They come and go all the time. They get killed. They get replaced. Stag Lord doesn't give a crap about the value of any of his lieutenants. Only those strong enough to survive.
Well, what does he care about?
I don't think he cares about anything but to inflict pain and to rule these lands.
There's got to be something I can do to piss him off, get on his radar, let him know that I'm coming for him.
I think you've already pissed him off. You've killed enough of his bandits today.
Yeah, but he doesn't know who we are.
Well,
it's not like we let him to run.
No, he's got agents. I'm sure he's going to find out sooner or later who you are, and he's going to come after you himself. If you're killing off his men, he's not going to be happy about that.
Well, that's good. I hope he loses some sleep over it.
I don't think the Stag Lord sleeps anyway.
Why do you say that? I heard he's not human. What do you know about that?
I don't know if he's human or not. No one's ever seen it, but I do know that nothing really hurts him. I've seen him. I've seen him take arrows to the side, barely even flinches. No human being acts like that. Even the strongest human's gonna scream out when they're in pain. Never seen a Stag Lord demonstrate any form of pain. Never. He barely speaks, and when he does, his voice is this gravelly, growly, gurgly voice.
Hey, Talos, Gunthar, do you guys have any questions?
I don't know. I was thinking about hooking her up to my horse and taking her for a drag.
No, she answered all the questions I had.
So,
You don't have any more questions for her at all?
Wait. One question, actually. Was this the camp that the guy was telling someone, or was this a scouting party ahead of the camp?
No, this is the camp, right?
Well, this is, she tells you this is one of the Stag Lord's satellite camps, and we don't know about other satellite camps. He makes sure to keep it very secret. We operate in our own little cells, and when we make enough gold, we just send it back to the main camp. When there's enough of us, when somebody is exceptionally brutal and strong, we send them back to the Stag Lord to become a lieutenant. That's how I became one.
Actually, how do I infiltrate you guys? Is there any pass raises or, hand and arm signals?
There might be. Well, why the hell should I tell you?
Well, you can tell me, and we can make it click quick.
or we can go for a drag.
Look, there's no version of this where you walk free, right? But there's a version where it can be quick.
I do kind of like the sound of that. You can maybe roll. That would be more. The most appropriate would be that's more of a diplomacy because she knows she's going to die anyway, or she's not going to have a good outcome out of this. But you're offering at least to not to give her a quick death. So I think that's more of a diplomacy. That's a friendship offer to her.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me set a DC. That's not going to be so high of a DC because she's loyal to the Stag Lord, but nobody's that loyal. Okay. Ooh,
16.
Just a bit short of success. She says, I could tell you it wouldn't mean anything to me, but I just like to see you not know what you're doing. I get a kick out of that.
Actually, I do have a question. Do you know anything about a short person about the size of her, and I point to Lindsay, in a brown cloak following people?
A brown cloak? Following people?
Yes.
No. Probably some. Oh my goodness. That damn purple. What do you know about the purple gnome?
I know there's more.
That annoying freak walked through our camp a couple of days ago trying to recruit us, trying to buy us off with gold. We would have taken him right then and there, but that woman, that big burly woman he was with, was kind of scaring off my guys, and they didn't look like they were on the up and up anyway. We didn't have any beef with them.
What did they tell you?
They were trying to recruit us for some sort of dungeon delve or something, and I said to him, "Do I look like an adventurer to you?"
Ha! Where were they trying to go? If it makes you feel any better, I might end his life.
As far as I know, they went southeast.
Southeast, you say? Did you hear anything about kobolds?
Yeah, there's kobolds all over the place. They're constantly at war with those gremlins. As a matter of
Gremlins, huh?
fact, those damn filthy gremlins took a big pile of our loot the other day. Took it from right under our noses. None of our watches even saw them. Sneaky little bastards.
You know, I'm looking for a piece of loot. I thought I'd find it here, but I didn't. I'm looking for a ring. It belonged to Oleg's wife.
Oh, that wedding ring. Oh, I wanna hawk that one. No, the gremlins took it. A couple of bags of loot were stolen a while back by a group of filthy gremlins. Those annoying little pests. They live under the old sycamore tree.
The old sycamore. Can you mark that on the map?
You know what? I'll put up another X on that old sycamore tree. That's good to know. Here we go. Whoops. Wrong token. There, if you look at the world map, I put an X on where the old sycamore tree is. Yeah, those I've seen a lot of those gremlins hanging out over there. I think they made a base over there.
Mm. Hey, Gunthar.
Yep.
You know, she doesn't want to show us those hand and arm signals and whatnot. I think we should just, give her to those priests coming in. Maybe they'll redeem her. You know,
Suits me.
I say that and so she could hear it. You know, I say, how's that? A humble servant, cleaning latrines, helping farmers, smiling.
Because the minute I get any freedom, I'm gonna either escape or kill myself if I can't.
Okay, we could just cut your hands off.
Now we're talking. Now that's a real interrogation. Because that's what I'd be doing to you if the tables were turned.
How far do you think you'd get if your hands were off?
I don't
Just
know.
wander.
I'll probably just die.
Probably.
Look, I don't have much to live for anyway.
Well, is there anything you can do or convince us why you deserve to live?
Who said I wanted to live?
I mean, you could run, right?
If you let me go, I'm going to go and I'm going to join a Stag Lord and we're going to come back in full force and kill you. That's what I'm going to do. She looks at you defiantly.
Wouldn't you think he'll take back some weak, pathetic loser who couldn't even kill us in your own camp?
I think he'll give me a chance to redeem myself. I mean, you did catch me unawares.
Oh yeah, that sounds like an excuse.
We didn't really fight in a fair match, I would say.
Says the bandit. How ironic. That sounds like a fair excuse.
What goes
right?
around comes around, he says. I knew one day, living my life, I'd end up at the wrong end of a sword.
I grab one of her hatchets, and then I grab her arm and put it on a stump.
She closes her eyes and just kind of bites down. She's ready to die.
I think that's what we got. Either we take her out or she's going to come back at us later.
I mean, if she's a cripple, she's not going to really do much, right? If you take her hands, break her knees, she's not going to be a threat.
I'm going to say that even if I'm there...
No, she won't, but what would that say about you?
Exactly.
We did the right thing.
That's torture.
All right. We'll keep her hands, but if we break her legs, then she's a cripple. So we give her life without murdering her. Is that still evil?
I don't know.
I mean,
There's
I
no,
wouldn't kill her. to
remember,
tell the truth.
alignment no longer exists, so I don't judge what you do anymore. I don't, and I
If you're
love
trying
it.
to be a bit more,
I love it. I don't want to sit here and be like, you're supposed to be lawful, neutral. But nah, do whatever the hell you want.
this is medieval times,
So yeah,
like, no wheelchairs.
she seems to be the kind of personality where she is a do or die, and if she is captured, would rather just be dead. If she's not captured, then she's going to do everything she can to get revenge. She doesn't seem to be somebody who's kind of turning the corner. She seems to be a pretty
Oh no,
hardened lady.
I don't mind killing her by any means. So Gunther, are we using the hatchet or are we using the horses?
Can we didn't you just tell her? I mean, I cannot say anything because I'm not there.
You're not there.
No, so I cannot. I'm not seeing this, so I cannot tell you guys anything.
I didn't promise her. I said there might be a way.
Well, actually, she didn't give you the information, so she didn't really go for it.
Exactly. So it didn't even matter. So yeah, fuck it. Gunther, get the horses. I grab mine. And
Yeah, go get my horse. Bring it over.
yep, we bring it over. We tie up the horses, or not the horses. We tie rope from her hands to her feet, right on those bindings. And I look at Gunther and I say, "Are you ready?"
Go.
And on 3, we slap the horse's ass, and they pull.
So you quarter her.
Yep.
She dies. She dies very, very in a very spectacular fashion, leaving a big mess of gore and blood all over the place.
Oh, that's horrible.
There
I
you
feel
go.
sorry
You guys,
for her.
you guys can live your darkest fantasies in this in Pathfinder.
What? She was killed
Because-
trying to escape.
Because you guys got you have no alignments, and another thing is that remember you guys are given a charter to get rid of the bandits and dispense justice, and you guys are given the right to determine what is justice. So if you think this is justice, it's within your rights as future rulers of this land, assuming you can get the Stag Lord.
If we didn't want to interrogate her, we were going to kill her anyway, so what's the point?
Well, I prefer
No,
killing her than.
I think this was a fit punishment. Look at the time we're in. I'm sure the kingdom itself dishes out punishments like that or worse.
Oh, generally,
So-
yeah, generally it's hanging for banditry. That is the punishment for banditry.
And normally when you're hung, they don't do it at a length that actually snaps your neck. You're literally suffocating. So
Could I write on, like, well, not right, but could I carve in the tree with a dagger? Right next to where the gory body is? Stag Lord, we're coming for you?
Sure, you can.
yeah, just do it with the entrails.
But my clothes will get all dirty.
I'll do it.
What I'm finding interesting is that Lindsay doesn't. She's seeing all this and she's like, I don't know. maybe
Lindsay,
hesitating.
I think, knows what you guys are up to, and she just chooses to be elsewhere. She doesn't want to see this.
Okay, so she's like me.
Yeah, she's not going to be because she's not going to be opposed to whatever you have to do, but she doesn't want to see it.
Yeah, she doesn't wanna take
Valerie
part.
seems more like the kind of person who would be opposed to you doing this to kill somebody. Lindsay she's like, okay, you do what you got to do. I don't need to see this. I'm not putting this in my book. You don't want to be known for doing something like this. It's not very heroic. Yeah, she just kind of goes into the corner and starts writing. She starts taking a survey of all your loot. Yeah, these are tough times, and tough times call for tough measures, and these things do happen out here. The bandits would not have treated you any better. So we don't judge what you do. There's no
Yeah, I feel
alignments. So now that you guys have finished taking care of everybody here, there's nobody left surviving in terms of the bandits. What do you want to do? Do you want to level up, because that might take some time?
Well, I guess the question is, how far are we from the gremlins?
You can look at the world map. You're 2 hexes away from the
It's-
gremlins.
Yeah, 2 hexes away.
So at least a full day's move.
Well, can we finish the day and get to the gremlins? And then if we get to the gremlins, we can get that ring, and then rest there. Or would we have to go to Thorn River? Or like, for example, I'm looking at the world map. If we went here in this one, what time of day would it be by the time we got there? Would it be night? Because I picture this as saying, you know, sure, combat wasn't that long, but then we did the interrogation. You know, we did go through the items, the loot. You know, we made a, you know, figured out what we were doing. In fact, are we staying here? Are we messing with the cart? Are we going to do that? Stay here, try and fix that cart, and then just call it a night. You know.
The decision is all yours.
Well, if we want to fix the cart, we have to wait till I level up so I could get the crafting.
Yeah,
So we'd have to
if you
spend
want,
tomorrow.
fixing the cart is almost like a downtime activity. You had to spend a whole day gathering the wood and doing all the things you need. But then you get yourself a nice handy cart.
Okay. Yeah, I think a cart would come in play. It'd probably be very useful. I mean,
It's not a cart; it's actually a wagon, which is an upgrade from the cart.
ooh,
So it can
Nice.
have up to 4 passengers. So you can have those 2 horses dragging it, and it can carry 4 passengers. And it can carry like a lot of weight, like up to like, I think it was something like 100 bulk of weight or something like that.
okay. That's actually a lot of weight.
And the
Oh,
yes.
wagons normally cost 25 gold. So, you know, if you fix this one up, you're saving yourself a lot of money too.
I'm down for doing that if you guys are.
I'm down for it. I can do survival to try and get the things that we need.
Well, so what do you, right now, are you going to spend the night, or are you just going to start fixing the wagon? Well, actually, you'd have to still spend the night. This is probably the end of your day when you made it over here.
Okay, so then we'll spend the night then.
Okay.
And during
So,
urge for the
so now we're into when you finish a long rest, then you can level up. So now we're into nighttime camping rules. Camping rules. First thing is prepare a campsite. Who wants to do that? It's the survival.
Well,
Yeah,
are we already-
survival.
John,
Yeah.
would you count? Would you? I don't know if this would work or not, but this is a campsite. Huh?
Give me 1 second. You guys have the DC of this campsite is actually different. It's now Marsh's DC. So I have to go dig out the now Marsh's DC, which is
So is that a no then?
Well, the point is, yeah, we're already in a campsite, so why do we have to prepare the
Yeah.
campsite?
you still have to, you know, set things up so you can sleep.
What, like my bag or my
Yeah. Because they used the campsite earlier, but you got to restart the fire. You got to, you know. Let's see.
Well, I mean, I was just saying, can we just put our bedroll down and that's it?
Use every time you camp, you got to still roll the prepare campsite, even if you're at a camp. Unless because it's not like they've made a camp for you; they've made a camp for themselves. Right now, the camp is disbanded in the morning. It's not nighttime, so when nighttime comes around, you have to set up your fire. You know, set up your tents and whatever. Do camouflage if you need to. Hold on. There we go. That's my. So now marches.
Well, would the DC at least be lower since most of the things are already set up?
You know what?
You don't have-
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. So I will drop the DC by 2 because there's already a lot of things camped up. But even dropping the DC by 2, you're camping in the now marshes, which is a little bit more dangerous. The zone DC for now marsh is a little bit higher. So that's still a regular failure, not a crit fail, which is good.
And Lindsay's one doesn't help either.
Nope. Not quite hitting what you need for the now marshes. I dropped the DC by 2, but even that. It's a regular failure, though. So
What does that do for us when a camp goes to failure?
here we go. I got to bring out all this stuff. So with a regular failure, your campsite will work, but it's not the best. So all campsite activities that require a check take a -2 to that check. So Lindsay gives you a +1, so the total is -1.
Okay.
So it's not bad.
Okay.
It's only the crit fail that's real bad. So you have your campsite prepared. Do you guys want to do any camping activities tonight? Exploration activities?
Didn't you say we needed to find supplies to get the
That's tomorrow.
whack?
That's tomorrow.
No, but can we at least try and do the supplies overnight?
You
I mean,
you
we're not
already
prepared.
you have supplies. You can break down the towers, so you don't have to roll more checks to get supplies or anything.
Okay.
No, what you need is a crafting check to fix that wagon.
Okay.
I mean, do you guys want me to try another fish on a stick?
Sure.
I don't see why not.
You still have. I think you still have enough materials from the last time you went fishing to do the fish on a stick again.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't remember where exactly that I put it, but I know that we had it a lot. So I'll try a stick on a with survival.
It's a okay, so that's definitely a regular success. For the next 24 hours, you can go for up to 17 hours without sleep before becoming fatigued. Anything else for camping activities?
What were some of the things again? Camouflage.
Camouflage campsite's one of them. It's a stealth check. Organized watch.
What's organized watch?
That's when you try to roll a what's it? You have to be an expert in perception to do so. So if you're not an expert in perception, you can't.
So never mind.
Yeah, nobody is yet.
No, somebody might be. There are some classes that start as expert.
I am.
Yeah.
Actually, I have experts, so I could give that a try.
Okay.
There you go.
So you do roll a perception check against the zone DC. Your it's at a -1 because of the combination of the campsite and Lindsay.
Gotcha.
It's a regular failure, so no change, no benefit, no loss.
Cool.
Other things you can do is tell a campfire story or relax. I don't know if you guys want to be doing that.
All right, I'll tell a campfire story.
You can role play a story, and I can give you bonuses, or you can just roll it, but I'm going to give you a penalty.
Okay. What's the penalty? Like, you mean like
If you don't role play and say I'm just going to roll this, I'm going to give you a -4. If you do something, I'll probably not give you that much of a penalty. If you actually tell a story, I'll probably give you a bonus. That's how we do it with the influence and stuff like that. Because some people just want to roll the dice. Some people want to role play. So it's up to you.
Okay. So I'll sit down at the fire, I'll say, all right, everyone, gather around. You want to hear something about me? I've been meaning to share it. No answers, crickets.
Yeah, sure. A story. I would like that.
So I'm from a cold region. You know, they say that the frozen wastes never forget. The wind there doesn't howl. It whispers, dragging secrets across the ice like blades on stone. When I was a boy,
Oh, wow.
that's when I saw it. A massive shape moving through a whiteout storm. Too big for a bear, too cruel for a god. You know,
What was it?
well, the the locals spoke of an ancient white dragon entombed beneath the glaciers, whose breath still cursed the land above with endless frosts. I don't know if that beast was my bloodkin or my damnation, but ever since, the cold hasn't touched me like it should. Sometimes, when I cast, I swear I hear wings in the wind.
Oh, wow.
Well, Lindsay is very impressed. She's writing this down.
Scarlett is into the story. Wow, that's so cool. I mean, that's
That's a great story. I'm gonna give you a +4 circumstance bonus to your check. Added to the penalty, that's a +3, and I'm gonna give you role playing experience for that.
Okay, thank you.
Here we go. That's a 10 XP role playing.
Well,
Roll a performance with a +3.
okay.
See, I love how the system gives me the opportunity to.
Why do I keep rolling 9s all freaking night?
maybe you should play it in the lottery.
The DC is against your level, which is level 2 now, which is exactly 16. So that's a regular success. So you inspire your allies. You get a status bonus of +1 to anything else that happens tonight, including combat.
Nice.
So it's sort of like the opposite of frightened.
So that would negate the -1 if somebody wants to do now the.
No. This. If you enter combat now, you get a plus, as if you got inspired by Lindsay. You get a +1 to everything. That's what that's what it does. But that's for the rest of the night. So I'm going to roll. I'm going to roll if you get a random encounter or not. There is a DC. There's a DC for the zone that I have to beat to give you an encounter. Hold on, that's not what I was trying to roll. This is what I'm trying to roll. You get no encounter tonight. The night passes uneventfully. And now it's morning. The date has moved over 1 day. This is the date today, and you guys may level up now. So when you go to level 2, there's 2 things that you get at level 2, and that's universal across the board. You don't get a lot of stuff. Some classes get a couple of small other class features, but everybody gets 2 things. One is a skill feat, and the second is a class feat. Some of you already have a plan for what you want to do when you level up. Some of you don't. So what you need to do is there's 2 ways you could do it. If you try to mess around with the Fantasy Grounds client, you can try doing that. What you do is open your character sheet, go to the main page. There's a button on the top right corner on top of where it says Pathfinder. It says Tracker. You click that. And it opens up the level up screen.
Okay.
And then when you open up the levels up screen, there should be something that says add a level. You should click that. Oh, somebody did some. Talos, I'm looking at your sheet. Did you click it twice? Because you
Um,
added 2 levels.
no, I only clicked it once.
Huh. It seems to have added 2 levels.
Oh, I'm not sure how I did that. Is there any way to like drop down my level?
No,
Uh,
you're stuck in forever.
unfortunately, I don't know how to do that. Can you level up on Path Builder and send me the thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. I already have it saved. So
So what I'll do is you send me the file from Path Builder. I will import it and import over your inventory. So when you level up, it asks you to choose a class feat, and it asks you to choose a skill feat, and you have to open up the menu and pick the one that you're looking for. It's a little bit complicated because we all have a different class, so it can get a little bit complicated. But don't pick something that looks weird and it's from some weird source, because Fantasy Grounds sometimes puts in options that you're not even supposed to have, like options from different classes and stuff like that. So put in something that comes from your class that you need to have. And it should automatically at least update your hit points and update your all your numbers. Like all your saves go up by 1. All of your like all your saves go up by 1. Your AC should go up by 1. And all of your skill checks, that anything that you are proficient in terms of trained or expert or anything else, all of those things should go up by 1. The things that you're not trained in, they should stay the same. So that's what happens to the numbers. And then you add in terms of your abilities, you add two things: a skill feat and a class feat. Lindsay's going to stay at level 1 because at this point, you guys have to assume control of her if you want her to level up. Anybody have any questions? All right, let's proceed. It is the next day. Let me give you the date again. The 4th of Farast, which is March. And you guys have decided that you want to spend today fixing this cart. Fixing this cart is going to be a non-combat skill challenge where I'm going down initiative, even though we're not actually in combat. And you guys, each round, you have 1 action. And we continue this until you fix the cart or you destroy it. You can, of course, pass that round. You can say, I don't want to do anything because my skills are crappy and I'm afraid of breaking the cart. Or you can try to contribute. So the first person up to go up, I'll just go down the combat tracker, is Aramin. How do you want to contribute in fixing this cart? Right now, the cart is on the ground, and there's 2 wooden towers that have all the materials you need to fix this cart. The cart is broken. The axles are broken. The wheels are damaged. There's holes inside the wagon. It's not. You're not able to use it as of now.
Okay.
And this is success and failures. So you get a certain number of successes, you fix the cart. You get a certain number of failures, the cart breaks permanently.
Well, am I strictly only, I guess, available to like take apart a tower or fix something, or is there something else I could
This
do?
is freeform, so you tell me what you want to do. I'll come up with a skill check and a DC.
Okay. Well, I was thinking I could go and try to use perception and maybe there's a better way to do this, but use perception or something maybe to try and figure out how the best way to do this would be. You know, like look.
I'll take that. Yeah, sure, I'll take that. That will not a failure, and that will not incur destruction of the cart. I'll take it, but I'm going to give you a high DC for that.
Highest I've been getting is a 9, so
Go ahead.
we'll see. Fuck me.
That's a failure. Gunther, how do you want to contribute to helping fix this cart?
Mongo lift heavy things.
Oh, hell yeah. That would be an athletics. And what heavy things are you lifting? You're lifting the cart itself. You're going to lift some wood from the towers. It's different DCs.
Sure. I'll lift wood from the towers.
All right. Go ahead and do an athletics. Oh, you try.
Wow.
The towers are very, very tightly roped together. It's hard to lift the wood. Lindsay, I think she should try to contribute. Let's see what she's got. Lindsay's still level 1. So I don't want her to do something that's going to destroy the cart. Lindsay is going to use... No, that's not going to work. Lindsay remembers a bard song about how these 2 goblins have built their own cart, and she's going to try to remember the bard song and sing it for you to help you, give you bonuses. So she's going to try to do a help action on the next person that rolls with her performance. That is a success. Lindsay gives you, Scarlet, a +1 because she sings to you about a very technical song about how these goblins built a cart. Scarlet, how do you want to help?
I will go ahead and go around using survival and get the type of wood that they need.
Okay.
For the cart.
I'm going to set a DC. Go ahead and roll. That is a regular success. You managed to find some very good pieces of timber, some wood out there that can kind of fill in some of the broken pieces of the cart. That's one success. Talos, you're up. You're the only one with crafting, so I guess you're going to be fixing the cart itself.
Yeah. Could I just start shaping the wood into the broken wheel and trying to start replacing it?
Sure.
So could I use a hero point?
Do you still have one? You have 2, right?
Yeah, I used one, but I gained the
Yes, that's right. That's right. Okay, you use your hero point.
Better.
That is a success. You have 2 successes. We're back to Aramin.
Okay. Well, I've been in a city before. I've been in towns, and I was thinking maybe I can do either a society or a lore check. I mean, I have a lore for city before. I've seen cards before. Maybe I can, as a recall knowledge, you know what I mean? To see if I've ever heard or if I remember about things like that.
Okay, so you're going to try to come up with some advice to help them build it. If you do badly, I'm going to you're going to be giving bad advice. So go ahead and roll your society.
Okay.
That's a regular failure, not a crit fail, so you don't hinder. Gunther, you're up.
Yeah.
Gunther?
Sorry, wake up.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what needs to be done.
Well, what you were trying to do before needs to be done. I mean, you need to get those materials from the towers.
Right. I'll keep doing it.
Okay, give it another shot.
Woohoo!
That is a regular success. I'll give you a third success. You're almost there.
How many successes are supposed to have?
Oh, you guys don't know usually when we have skill challenges.
Oh, okay.
It could be anywhere from 3 to like a whole like 10. It I choose based on the difficulty of the task.
Okay, perfect.
Lindsay already sang her bard song, so she's going to abstain from her this round. Scarlet, you're up again.
Okay. So I managed to get the wood. And actually I have a question, John. Since this is a question I had for a while. Since I'm a prepared spellcaster, a druid, right?
Yeah.
Does the cantrips can I also change them?
You can't change. You can
for the next day.
You can only change cantrips when you retrain, I believe.
Not even when you level up?
Yeah, because cantrips are supposed to be just permanent spells on your character. So when you level up, I believe there's a rule where you can retrain one of your cantrips. I don't know. I don't remember. You have to read it. But there is a rule where you can retrain it, and you can actually spend downtime to retrain a cantrip as well. But without retraining, you can't choose. I don't remember. Oh, I don't remember. I think you have to. I have to read it. I don't remember because you're right. You're the type of prepared caster that knows every spell. So you might be able to choose your cantrips every morning, because I was thinking of a different kind of prepared caster. I was thinking about the wizard.
Yeah, so
you're more like the cleric.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you're more like the cleric. I think you are able to. I don't remember. I'll have to check up on that.
Yeah, because I've been reading. So right now I have this spell open because I'm like, when does it say that I can cantrip? So, and it says prepare spells. Prepare spellcasters such as cleric, druid, witch, and wizard. You must spend each day preparing spells for that day. At the start of your daily preparations. But it doesn't really specify for cantrips. So,
but it also, when you make your character, it does tell you your character knows X amount of cantrips, usually 5 to begin with. Whether or not you can change those cantrips, that I'm not sure about, because maybe a cleric or a druid can, because you technically know all of your spells in your spell casting class. Maybe. I know a wizard can't, but you're not the same kind of spellcaster as a wizard or a witch. So maybe you can. I don't know. I have to Google it or Reddit or something.
Okay, it's just that I've been trying to find that out myself, but I can't find it. So when you do find out, please tell me, because I want to know if I can change or not cantrips. Just in case, because I'm thinking of taking root reading out and put maybe vine. Tangle vine. Since we keep getting an.
It looks like you can. According to Player Core, prepared casters can swap cantrips during daily preparations. Spontaneous casters are different. They can't do that. You can't swap out cantrips for spells you don't know. Prepared casters would have to learn a cantrip first to be able to prepare daily. But as a druid, you don't learn anything. You already know all the druid spells. You already know all the druid cantrips.
So I do. So I can.
Yeah, I think you can. But it's your turn. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, perfect. Let me go, and I am going to try something. Where the heck is Spells. Primal. Fine.
Oh, some people say you can't. Cantrips are a fixed part of your character's spell repertoire. But you do. That's why you actually learn additional cantrips at level 4 and 10. But prepare each day, allowing them to choose which ones they want for that specific session. So you know so many cantrips. You know a certain amount of cantrips, and you have to prepare those cantrips every day. So you know more than you can prepare for a day, I guess. I'll get back to you on that. Keep going.
Okay, because I was maybe thinking of because depending on what you said to me, I was trying to see if I just tangle vines and help tighten things.
It looks
around
like druids and clerics have different rules on cantrips. Druids gain 2 cantrips at level 1. These cantrips can't change unless you retrain them, but they get more cantrips at level 4 and level 10. That's what I see in Reddit. I'll have to read the book.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll have to read the book.
Yeah, I will have to do the same thing.
No, usually in the book always has an answer to a question like this, but you gotta, sometimes it's the part of the book you just kind of gloss over when you're reading.
I will try still during the week
to
see if I also find something myself. Okay, so I'm not going to do that then. What I'm going to do then is that I am skills. Sample fair survival. By looking at the card, do I still need something specific for it?
Well, the card fell apart, so you need vines to tie it up together and to bind it together. You don't have nails or hammers or anything, so you need something to kind of hold the floor is floor is still broken.
Okay, which was what I was trying to do if I could change the cantrip. That's why I wanted to know that. So okay, I'm going to still do survival then and use vines or things like that around to tighten it up.
Yeah. That would be probably the same bonus that you would get. 20 is a success. That's another victory. And Talos, finally. You guys are doing great. You guys have no crit fails, so you're good. You don't.
All right, so we got the wheel in. We got loose points. Is there anything
you have one regular? I forgot. You had one regular failure. The wheels are looking. The wheels are looking a little bit pretty good. The floor is fixed up. The kind of the bonds are kind of put in place now. Just the supports so the wagon can hold up. Those still need to be repaired. Gunther did manage to bring over some wood from those towers that now you have the materials.
Okay, I'll go ahead and attach those. If I need nails or something, could I use like a glue bomb instead?
If you want to use a glue bomb instead, I'll ask you to roll the alchemical bomb attack as instead of your skill check.
Okay, I'll go ahead and do that then.
I will change the DC. It's going to be a lower DC to do that because you're using an item.
Oh, shit, I accidentally rolled that twice. And I coded that wrong.
Yeah, I'm sure you're not attacking at a +1 with your chemical bombs. I'll take the first one, a natural 5. What's your bonus?
It's +8.
Okay, that's a failure. So you throw the glue bomb, but you instead hit the glue. The glue spills everywhere, and you glue one of the wheels. So that's a failure. Back to Airman. You guys are close. All you got to do is fix this wagon before you destroy it.
Well, I can't do that, but what I can do is after seeing that horrendous glue bomb fly all over, I'll give some words of endearment to my buddy and say, kind of like rally him and the rest of us, say like, hey, don't sweat it. We're almost there.
Okay, I'll take an aid action then. In that case,
Okay. Can I use a diplomacy for that?
sure. That sounds like a diplomacy to me. So who you're helping, Talos or the?
I'm gonna help Gunthar since he's coming up next.
All right.
I'm gonna say, hey, don't sweat all these things. We got this. You're almost there. Oh fuck! I saw the 20. And it just rolled over.
I saw it too. That's a regular failure, so you don't hinder him.
Isn't that crazy? A 2, not critical. Jesus.
All right, Gunthar, you're up. You guys are very close to fixing this wagon.
Fucking 2, man.
Yeah, right. I have cooperative nature, so that's supposed to give me a +4 circumstance bonus on checks to aid.
Oh yeah. So that would, if you want to try and aid, that would apply. Yes.
I think that's kind of where I'm at. Who needs help?
So who do you want to aid? Lindsay, she abstains, so Scarlett's up next. You can aid her, or you can aid Talos.
There you go.
All right. So
Scarlett.
what are you using to? What skill are you using to aid? Like your strength, your athletics?
Yeah.
All right. Roll that athletics with a +4.
There we go.
21's a success. +1 to Scarlet. Lindsay abstains from this from any further rounds. Scarlet, you're up. You get an aid with a you get an aid with a +1 circumstance from Gunthar. Whatever you're doing, Gunthar's going to put his muscle behind you.
Okay, so +1. I'm going to do survival again, but this time I'm also going to use things that I see that would help harden and tighten up more of the card.
Okay.
So let's survive. And there goes my 19.
That's a critical success with a +1. So Gunthar, you just brought her over with your +1 with a critical success. That's a you guys have successfully finished.
Woohoo, Gunther! High five.
That +1 may brought you over the top with the critical. So you guys get the wagon in working order. Now you can haul all the loot you want. I think the best thing to do is somebody can put in their inventory wagon and put everything inside there.
I can do it.
You know what? I'll just leave. We know you have a wagon. I will put. I will just leave all the items inside the party sheet because you have a wagon. That'll make things a lot easier. And
I wouldn't get confused at one point.
Yeah. No.
Why don't we do? Why don't you do the store, but name it wagon, and just put everything there, and just give us the link for it.
Oh, there's no such thing as a store. The store extension broke, so the only thing that there is a parcel. It'll be easy because what I have to do in order to move everything inside the party inventory, I don't have one button that can do that. So I have to move every single thing individually. So it'll be easier just to keep it there because I know the wagon can hold up to like 100 bulk.
Just leave it there.
John. Yeah, it'd be much easier. Much easier because otherwise I have to individually move every single item inside the party inventory. No, now that you guys have a wagon, your carry weight is a lot. There's a lot easier now. You don't have to be worried about it because I think the wagon can pull up to 100 bulk, so you guys can haul so much loot. Okay, that'll take the whole day, and then you guys now it's evening time again. Anybody want to prepare campsite?
I'm going to go ahead.
Yeah, we got to do this every time.
So, can I help do something before she does that? I mean, it doesn't matter now, but but like, could I do like a like a diplomacy and like help her or a perception or some shit?
Yes, you can, but you're rolling against the same DC she will be rolling against to do a help action. Yes, you can. So the first roll is the one I'm taking, which is a 28. With Lindsay's +1, it will be a 29.
Remember, John, that the 1928 was from the from the cart, and the second one that it was a 20 was from this.
What?
Still 20.
Winston, what is the first one for?
The cart.
The first one.
Cart.
Oh.
The cart.
Oh, so you rolled a nat 20 on your prepare campsite.
Yes.
Okay, that's great. So a natural 20, you find the perfect spot for a camp. You will have no random encounters tonight.
So there is
and all checks to determine encounters at the campsite for the next 24 hours have a 2 higher DC than normal for me. So you're even less likely to have a random encounter tomorrow. So that's good. You're going to have no random encounters tonight. Anything else you want to do tonight at camp?
What was it that you were going to say? Sick.
What was that?
Your character is Asik. Is that how you say it?
Just say Araman. That's easier.
He goes by his last name.
Yeah, and you don't know me like that, you know. We've been traveling and murdering people, but you know.
What was the question that they were going to ask John?
If you get a nat 20, that helps more than just a normal critical success. That's better, is what I'm getting at.
Well, there's no better than a critical.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying like if she had a 27 and that was a critical success, but it was on a 19, but a 20,
it would still be critical. Now here's the example. Let's say you guys were in a much more dangerous region where the DC is like 30. If you want to hit that DC, you normally can't. But if you get a crit, it goes from a failure to a success. So that's how it would help. You guys are in an area where you can actually hit the DC, so it doesn't help any more than any other critical success.
Okay.
Okay, then I'm going to cook again. Tell me when you're ready to put the DC.
I think you have to go hunt.
Oh yeah, I still need to do the survival, right?
You gotta do something called a hunt and gather.
Okay. Hunt and gather.
But you get a +1 because Lindsay's here, so she always gives you a +1 at when you're camping.
And it's still with survival, correct?
It's still survival. These are all survival. You're the only one with survival. Oh, again, man.
20?
Wow. So you find basic ingredients equal to twice the zone's DC. You get 40 basic equivalent basic ingredients and 4 special ingredients. Unfortunately, these ingredients are going to go bad once you get back to town. But you guys have more ingredients than you're going to need for the rest of this outing.
That hurts me so badly. But at the same time, I'm happy. Okay, so... Well, I think it's because I failed the last camping, and I think Scarlett
that was
didn't like
bad.
that.
Was well. You did, the only real bad thing is if you crit fail. If you crit fail, you're going to get an encounter. It's almost guaranteed.
Okay, then I'm going to do again the fish on a stick, and you're going to get sick on it. And there we go, failure. It was too good to be true.
No, that's no good.
Yeah, let me see what it does when I crit fail the cook.
Yeah, you were doing so well, and then you crit failed the the food. The fish is bad.
Okay, critical fail. The fish is bad, making it tougher for the eaters to get the full restored effect of sleep. They must sleep 9 hours instead of 8 before they can make their daily preparation.
Okay, so in your case, it's not so bad. You guys already have daily preparations made previously. Sleeping an extra hour when you're guaranteed no encounters is fine.
Yeah.
So because you rolled so well before, that crit fail doesn't hurt you. It is the next day. This is the 5th of March. Oh, why? You got something else?
Yeah, I was going to say, can I do another story?
Yeah, you can, of course.
Because I'm having fun with this. All right. So there was this innkeep, right? He was a big guy. We called him Chef Rondo. He ran a tavern, famous for meat pies. Very punchable face he had. Anyways, one night, he told me he heard scratching in the pantry. He assumed it was rats, right? So he sets out traps with cheese, wakes up, he finds the trap is gone, and cheese is replaced with a perfectly folded pair of his underpants. Next day, flour sacks are rearranged into a crude smiley face. His stew goes missing, pot and all, but is returned an hour later, fully seasoned. Now Rondo's confused, right? But he's impressed. He names whatever this thing is Nibbles and starts leaving it snacks. Well, a week later, he wakes up to find Nibbles had made him breakfast. Eggs, toast, and something labeled jam. It kind of smelled like mint and despair, right? The end becomes a hit. People love the mystery pies. Rondo starts calling himself the Gremlin Gourmet. Then one night, Rondo hears Nibbles humming. He goes downstairs real quick, opens the pantry door, and sees 30 of them, gremlins, all wearing his face, stitched together from flour bags and pigskins, chanting, "New Rondo, new Rondo, new Rondo." And he locks the door and ran. They say the tavern's still open, the food's still hot, but no one's seen the real Rondo since.
Wow, that was fantastic. I'm awarding you. I am going to award you 10 XP for role playing, and Lindsay is going to aid you in your check. She's going to do a performance to play music during your story because it's a funny story.
Back up.
Yeah.
Back up. You gave that 10 XP to me.
No, I award to the party.
I did not tell the story.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
It does. No. You share experience. No. One person does well, everybody benefits. That's how we play it. Yeah, well, I don't want to have asymmetric levels. Do you?
No. Dude RPs it. He earned it. So, you know.
Lindsay's going to help you out with performance. Then doesn't do anything. But go ahead, roll your performance. I don't think it's going to make any difference because you're not going to get attacked tonight because of the campsite. That would have been a success, but it doesn't make a difference because you don't get the bonus doesn't matter because you don't get attacked.
Yeah, still fun.
You did get
it was.
Yeah. I give experience for good role. I have the vessel to keep giving you experience for role playing. Much better than walking around like Final Fantasy and grinding levels with encounters.
Yeah.
You can do that too. I can't stop you. It is the 5th of March or Farast. You guys wake up. It is another. You're in a swamp, so it's a smelly morning. But it's a clear day, no rain, no weather effects. What do you want to do?
Move over towards the gremlins.
Okay, you're gonna head towards the gremlins. That X. You have the cart with you, and the cart moves at the speed of the creatures pulling it. So it's gonna move at the same speed. So you got you have 2 hexes you can move.
So basically, we can go there exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can make it there by the end of the day. And you guys are looking around. You were told that there's an old sycamore tree here. You don't see any. You're gonna have to recon.
Actually, John, I was going to ask if I can try to do talking with plants and see if they know any sycamore tree.
Sure, if you can do that, and if you do that, I'll give you a bonus to your recon. Because the plants will just give you kind of some vague impressions and stuff like that. They won't just do your work for you completely. So yeah, go ahead and roll your plant talk.
Okay, scales. Let me get it. Ability. Plant empty. Your connections. You can ask questions, receive answer from, and use the diplomacy skill with plants and fungus. Okay, so I have to
There's
draw
a
diplomacy.
yeah. There's a lot of plants around here. You guys moved out of now marshes, so this is no longer difficult terrain. That's why you can move to 2 hexes. That is a success. You get a +1 to recon check. So what do you? So you guys spent the whole day moving over here. What do you want to? Do you want to make camp, or do you want to try to find this place at night?
I guess.
I mean, we can get them by surprise if we attack by night.
And if we camp, they'll get us by surprise at night.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we could look for them.
So you guys have left the now marshes, and you are now in. You're now back in the green belt. The area that you're in is a very hilly area. It's not difficult terrain, but there's hills everywhere that's obscuring vision far ahead. And at night, it's even harder to see. You get a kind of sense of unease just being here. It's kind of evening time now.
You have to prepare a campsite. Do you probably want to pick a top of a hill, or do you want to be in a valley?
You guys choose if you want to do campsite or you want to try to find this thing at night. So you chose to do a campsite, right?
I said find them.
Okay.
If you want to find them, you can go into the night because you ate fish in a stick. That's giving you enough energy to keep going. You ate it like 2 days ago, but still, it's still going strong in you. You need to do a recon action, which is it's one person rolling, and the whole group participates. It's a perception check.
Who has more perception? And they probably have a +1, right? Because of the.
Yeah, you get a +1 because of your plant talk.
I have 8 on perception. What about you guys?
Only 7.
I have a 6. I'm not sure if this matters, but I also have dark vision.
Ooh, dark vision will actually if you're doing it at night, it will give you no penalty because there's a higher DC. You get a lower DC to roll against with dark vision. or low light vision. If you have regular vision, you have a higher DC to find something at night.
Okay, then I could go for it. I have 2 less than If I roll it, do I still get that +1, or is that just Scarlet only?
+1 you get no matter what, because Scarlet tells you what the plants tell her. But your DC is going to be lower with dark vision than somebody who without it.
Okay, then yeah, I could go for it unless somebody else wants to.
Go for it.
All right, go for it.
Go for it.
Ooh,
Aw.
not quite. You guys search and search, but you're not able to find it tonight.
And it's only one person.
Yeah, because it's a group activity, but one person does the roll. So all of you are searching. Despite
Can I give her my hero? Can I give him my hero point?
No, you can't transfer hero points.
Okay, now what?
Well, you guys spent the night trying to reconnoiter, and you weren't able to. So now it's the daytime again. Now you're getting a little bit tired. You're not fatigued yet, but just you're getting a little groggy. You guys spent the whole day traveling and then searching around at night. Now it's daytime again. Oh, and it's raining.
Oh, this feels so nice. You see that Scarlet is like moving around. Her plant senses are happy.
Let's find shelter. Maybe we can find the tree on the way. And maybe we take a little nap.
You guys can do the reconnoiter action again if you want to search again this morning.
Okay, then I'll try again to do the diplomacy. Do you guys want to do then?
You can. I'll take that +1 from the success last time if you want, or if you want to try to roll again to see if you can crit.
Do it, Scarlet.
Do it. Okay.
Do it.
Yeah, try again to see if you can crit.
Yeah.
All right, we're rolling another perception. Who wants to roll?
Do you want to go for it, Scarlet?
I failed.
Can't find it. Now,
Sorry, that was him.
So now you spent the rest of the day looking, can't find it. Now it is evening time again. You're gonna have to make camp. You're tired, so we're going for a campsite here.
Okay, I'm going to survival again.
That is success on your campsite. A regular success.
Okay, perfect.
Anyone want to do any camping activities, or do you want to just sleep?
Could I try making a potion?
If you want to, what do you mean by making? Are you talking about crafting?
Yeah, crafting.
So crafting is a 2-day activity at least. So you can start a potion tonight, and then you can finish the next time you camp. So just make a note that you started making a potion.
And then let's go to sleep.
Okay.
Unless anyone wants something.
I'll cook again the fish on a stick. You guys are going to be so tired about that.
Yeah.
I believe the DC was 17 for fish on a stick.
17, then the +1 of Lindsay. And
Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot about Lindsay. Yes, that's a success. So you get a regular success to make fish on a stick. Everybody gets a +1 to everything in case you get attacked tonight. Let me roll an encounter. Hold on. I got to grab the zone DC. You guys are no longer in Now Marshes. You're in Greenbelt, which is not as bad as Now Marshes. You guys didn't even get assaulted when you were camping in Now Marsh. You're lucky. There's some bad stuff hanging around over there.
I don't think
we had a druid.
I don't think the encounters are real.
What do you mean? They're like in your head.
Yeah. No, your head.
Are you
Uh,
trying to disbelieve like it's an illusion?
a nat 1 means absolutely no encounter.
See, I told you they're not real.
I don't know if they're real or not. I just roll these dice. But like I told you, I'm not in control of random encounters. And that I like
what?
that. I like the fact that I don't determine when you get attacked, when you're walking around the world.
Yeah, well, I'm the opposite. I'm like, I need shit to come up with because I gotta make the main storyline a little bit better. Here, have this.
Well, yeah, I can do that if I wanted to, but this campaign is designed as a sandbox. So the idea of a sandbox is the GM is not sitting there lording over every single little encounter. There's a set of randoms, so I don't know if you're going to be faced with something horrible that could kill you or something like. I just don't know, and I like that.
Yeah.
I don't want to be 100% in control of everything all the time. It takes a little bit of the anxiety off of me, because when you guys hit the scripted story, I am in control of everything. For instance, at some point, when you face the boss, obviously that's going to be scripted. So I'm not going to have the boss be a completely random encounter showing up in the middle of the world.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys have an uneventful evening. It is the next day, still raining. You want to try to reconnoiter again?
Yes.
Reconnoiter.
Okay. Do I still have the +1 or we don't have that anymore?
You could roll for it again.
Okay, so diplomacy. No, we don't have it.
Hold on a second. The DC that it should be put up against this. Yeah, 16. No, you don't.
Okay. Do you guys want me to try and do the perception +8?
Well,
Yeah.
what is your perception?
+8.
Yeah, do it.
Do your goggles apply to that too, or?
No, well, actually, you're right. Goggles is tracking. Could this be considered tracking?
I think so. You didn't bring it up before, but
And-
I would have accepted it.
Doesn't matter. You've got a success.
It doesn't matter. You're successful anyway.
What does the goggles do? They add to it?
They,
+1, yeah.
but I think it's +1 of survival checks, isn't it? Or is it perception?
Oh, right. It is survival checks.
Because I think tracking is a survival check. But you are successful finally after 2 days of hard searching these damn hills. Because half of them are all covered up. Looming over one of the last hills that you guys managed to climb over in the southern greenbelt is a graying hulk of a sycamore tree. It's dead, but the trunk is hollowed out and it remains. The tree itself is almost 100 feet tall, but the way the hills are kind of up and down, it's obstructed, so it's pretty well hidden. You approach the hills, and you kind of look around, and it looks like there has been a lot of traffic in and out. There's a lot of tiny little footprints all over the place. You don't see any creatures immediately. You guys are like maybe like like a football field's away from this tree.
That'll be like 60 or something like that. 60 feet or something like that.
Football field's a lot. Field is a lot more. That's more like that's 100 yards.
300 feet.
Yeah, it's like 300 feet. Yeah, but you can see this a tree from so far away because it looks so tall. You guys realize that the tree, the way the tree looks, you guys actually saw it earlier, but you didn't recognize it as the sycamore. You were expecting a living tree. It's just a dead hulk. I'm gonna get rid of the X because you're already here.
Yeah.
It is 10 o'clock. Are we looking to play an encounter yet?
It's 11 actually.
Yeah, your time.
No, it's almost game time, but I just want to kind of get an idea of where you're going to be.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Are we looking to continue this and do an encounter, or are we calling it?
Oh no, we're not gonna go because an encounter would take a long time. But you guys can just kind of decide where how you want to approach this tree. You look around; it's an old dead tree. There does not appear to be any creatures around the tree. From where you're standing, you look at the tree and you can't see any cave or anything going, into the ground. You're not sure where the gremlins are, but you can see that there's footprints all over the floor, all over the ground. Clearly, a lot of creatures.
As a druid, do I get the sense that since it's dead, it won't talk to me, the tree?
Tree's dead.
Okay.
There's no. You can only talk to living things.
Is there another tree around that
Well,
I can ask?
Sure, there is. But before we do that, last thing of the day, I think everybody can roll a recall knowledge about gremlins. So maybe you at least know a little bit about what you're facing when you guys go to fight the gremlins. You may all think of a question and roll a recall knowledge. I will accept, let's see, I'll accept in general Arcana, because these are creatures. They're not like a people, so it's not society. I'll accept Arcana. I'll accept religion. I'll accept nature, occultism. And if you have anything you think specifically talks about gremlins, I'll accept that as well. So everybody roll one so I can, and you can all ask a question. Talos, success. Scarlet, success. Gunthar, success. So each of you may ask a question about gremlins, and I'll answer it.
John, I didn't throw. That was the last.
Oh, that was from
dice.
before.
I'll throw out a nature check.
That is also success. No critical, but
it's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same dice.
Talos, Gunthar, and Scarlet, you may ask one question about gremlins.
Do I know if they fall like any sort of tribe society, or they could they were more just like a horde, or just a nest together?
That's your question?
Yeah, I just know if they attack.
Yes.
They'll be in groups.
Gremlins do form these societies, and they have leaders. Usually a leader that they would call a king or a queen, and that leader is the dictator, tells all the other gremlins what to do.
Okay, cool.
What's their fighting strategy?
Their fighting strategy, well, gremlins, you know that they're not very strong individually. So what they need to do is they need to surround you. They need to overwhelm you with numbers. Because one gremlin alone is very easy to overpower. But you also know that gremlins hold a grudge. And if they remember you from the past, they will never forget. And their ancestors will never forget, and their children will never forget. They will come back and get you. Okay, and Scarlet, question?
Okay, so we have the dictatorship. We have their fighting style. What are their defense strategy like?
That's similar to their fighting style.
Okay, then.
Yeah. They overwhelm you with numbers. They are no good fighting alone. You can easily overpower a gremlin fighting alone.
Scarlet?
Do they speak? Go ahead.
I was going to say, he said, I'm pretty sure, John, didn't you say they were Fae? Or something like that?
I didn't. Do you want to ask?
But they didn't.
I didn't say they were Fae. You didn't ask.
Okay. Ask if they are Fae or what's the term? From this world or from out, and what they're Fae, like something like that. Because I speak Fae, and I don't know what. I honestly have no idea what else they would be.
But not all Fae speak Fae.
That is weird, but okay.
Actually, before you interrupted me, I was going to ask if they speak a specific language.
Oh, sure. Gremlins are known to speak.
But wait,
Oh, do you want to ask that?
Want me to ask that?
No, it's look. You passed it. I was going the same direction you were going. I was just trying to give you something else just to think about. But yeah,
actually,
I think
Faye would be a very helpful thing for the guy who's not here, Neg, because he has cold iron needle darts, which is devastating to Faye. Cold iron is a weakness of Faye. Some Faye, not all Faye.
Okay, so then would that be traits? What kind of traits they have?
or weaknesses.
Yeah, that would be in vulnerability, weaknesses, and strengths, or resistances and weaknesses. That would be along those lines.
Just go with language. Ask what languages they would speak.
Okay, so what languages do they speak, LeJohn?
There are different types of gremlins, but the gremlins that live in this area are called mitflits. They are these nasty-looking blue guys. They look like goblins, but they're a lot smaller than goblins. This is what they look like. Lindsay has a picture she shows you. And these creatures speak a language called Undercommon.
Undercommon.
Undercommon? Literally, it's uncommon.